it's Katie and welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about deadly dozen labor number 5, the burpee broad jumps. This is done body weight and it's done for 60 meters only. But if you don't know what I'm talking about yet, check out this video with the full deadly dozen race overview where I go into all the labors and give you a good blanket overview of each of the types of races too. But let's get into the form. For burpee broad jumps, we're gonna start behind the line with our first broad jump. Hands and feet behind the line. We're gonna come down, step, or jump. I'll step this first one. So then we're gonna step up and then 2 feet takeoff and 2 feet landing. So I'm going to broad jump. And then if I choose to jump, hands down, jump the feet back, jump the feet back up. Up to you whether you jump or step, personal preference, as well as energy saver. So whatever you need there. With this, we do not have to stand up to full extension between reps. So I recommend to stay low. We'll get more into that later. But when we're placing our hands down, after I broad jump, my hands go down in front of me anywhere. The only thing they don't want you doing is doing this big flop forward where I would just literally go into a plank from where I'm standing. That way would put my hands way too far out in front and that would not be legal. So we want to keep those hands close to the feet, but there's no specified distance in the rule book from hands to feet. So just make sure your hands are near your feet. We just don't want to put them way too far out. So hands go down next to the feet. We can again step back or jump, up to you. Chest down, right back up, and both feet have to cross the line to finish that length. If you're back here, you have to do another burpee. So make sure those feet cross the line at the end before you turn around. And a big thing here, if you happen to stumble, that's okay, just step back where you were. So if I do a big broad jump, oh my gosh, and I stumble forward, that's okay. Where you landed, just go back to there. Continue, do your next burpee, whatever. We just don't want you to take any extra steps between burpees. That's a big no-no. And of course, you can also rest anywhere. So if you wanted to rest at the top, you can take a breath, take a minute. You can rest down here. You can rest even down here if you wanted to. You can take a rest anywhere as long as you stay where you landed. You don't want to crawl forward or anything crazy like that. So there are loads of different types of burpee technique you can pull from hyrox or other races, but for today, we'll stick with some general tips. Number 1 is stay low. So as I'm doing my burpee broad jumps, I'm gonna try to stay down here because this extra full extension of the hips is not necessary. So I'm gonna stay low pretty much the whole time. I'm gonna land, I'm gonna let that momentum carry me all the way to the floor. So I jumped back, let that momentum carry me down. And then if you want to, you can step back up and then stay low. I'm already prepped here in the squat position to do my next jump. So then I'm just gonna go right into my next broad jump and get down again. So that's my preferred method and that's what I would recommend if you're starting out. I just tapped my mic, that was probably very loud. But that's a great place to start if you're new to this. Let that momentum carry you all the way to the floor and then work your way back up. Take a big breath on the way up and then go right into the next one. A big thing to note here is to remove the eccentric portion of the push-up. So eccentric is the lowering phase of the push-up. So if I'm doing my burpee here and I'm coming down and I'm doing this big eccentric push-up, that takes a lot of extra effort that is being wasted. I don't need to do that. I don't need that control on the way down. Just let your chest hit the floor, honestly. Especially if you're on a turf or a field that's, semi-cushioned. And you don't have to be a hero either. You don't have to stay on your toes the entire time. Feel free to take your knees on the push-up portion because there's no extra bonus points. You don't get a gold star for doing it on your toes. It's just going to waste energy that you need later in the race. Again, this is all about efficiency. Smooth is fast. And being as efficient as possible, not wasting energy, and looking for any ways we can close up those energy leaks is perfect, and it's going to help you optimize your race. So making sure we close up those leaks, whether that's a push-up on the toes, removing that, removing the eccentric phase of the push-up, the lowering, right? Staying low to where we're not standing up every rep and adding a half squat into every rep. Things like that are going to help us stay efficient and fast. But that's all I've got for you guys in this video. I do have 2 resources that can help you train into these types of races though. First off is my freebie, the Ultimate Race Day Packing List, so you will never forget a race essential again. And second is my program Hybrid Strength. So if you want to take all the guesswork out, training for hybrid fitness and hybrid races is really a lot of different puzzle pieces to fit together. And if you want to take that guesswork out, my program Hybrid Strength does that for you. It will help you hit the start line with confidence so you can get all the way through and finish with pride. So check that out in the link up here or in the description. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!